Hi everybody, this is Dino Chris from Prehistoric Facts. This is the extra episode I've been telling you about, basically the book review on this, the Tyrannosaur Chronicles. This is a book that recently came out, and basically this book is basically mostly about Tyrannosaurs, and it's basically written by David Hone, and a paleontologist who actually has done a lot of research on Tyrannosaurs and other types of kinds of dinosaurs as well, but mostly he actually studies the Hill Creek Formation and some Cretaceous dinosaurs. But even though he actually has done a lot of research on this, and basically this book is actually very, very good. I read this cover to cover, and basically this book actually basically covers what you mostly need about Tyrannosaurs. Now, basically there's pretty much 4 parts in this book. Basically 4 parts. First part is the introduction. Second part is morphology. Third part is ecology. And then basically the fourth is the conclusions. Now basically the introduction is basically mostly the questions that you're pretty much going to ask in this book. You know, like what is a Tyrannosaur and all those kinds of things. Morphology, it's basically just kind of like the biology of Tyrannosaurs, basically. You actually kind of look at like their like the skulls, the senses, and all that sort of stuff. But basically mostly the physical type of stuff. But then you actually go to the ecology, where basically you get to learn like their prey, the environment they actually lived in, and all that sorts of stuff. And then basically conclusions, you actually are looking at basically, because there's one chapter in this is called T-Rex Fact or Fact and Fiction. So basically, that chapter will give you basically what mostly the media and the public actually think about Tyrannosaurs, and basically it would give you the facts, like where some parts of the media and the public actually write about Tyrannosaurs, and basically there's a lot of them that are actually wrong about Tyrannosaurs, and so that's kind of actually how that goes. And basically, I love this book. This is actually a very, very good book. I would actually recommend anybody that actually wants to learn about Tyrannosaurs, get this book. Because you see, this is actually very, very good. And there's illustrations there's illustrations in this book. There's good pictures of this. Good pictures. Mostly the skeletons, but but basically in the middle of the book, there is actually great pictures. If I can actually get them up, if I can actually just open them up, I'll actually get to the middle right over here, kind of like this. So basically, it actually give you really good illustrations right here, and so there's actually a few pages of these. So basically, you're not going to get a lot of them, but even though there's actually good illustrations, good pictures, and gives you good specimens and all that sorts of stuff. And so, and I would recommend anybody that wants to learn about Tyrannosaurs or the biology of Tyrannosaurs, be sure to get this book, because this is very, very good. I would recommend this all the time for Tyrannosaur lovers and even Tyrannosaur haters. So basically, Tyrannosaur haters would actually probably think of this as really, really good. And so people that don't understand Tyrannosaurs would actually love this. And but even though this was more of a scientific type of book, so basically this is actually not going to be very readable for younger people, like say pretty much like people that are under the age of 10. So basically this would actually be a book that is basically 10 and up, and so this would actually be pretty much a book where you're going to have to understand the scientific words and all that sorts of stuff. So basically, I have read this. This is very good. This is really, really good. I would rate this as basically probably the best book about Tyrannosaurs. And this would actually basically be the best. And any of the Tyrannosaur books that are out there, they're gonna be pretty much below this one. But if there will be another book about Tyrannosaurs that could actually top this in the future, so be it. But even though that would actually be the book I would recommend to anybody that actually wants to learn about Tyrannosaurs. Alright, that's it for now. I'll actually get the special episode done pretty quickly right here. So basically, I'll actually give you the conclusion of basically every episode I've ever done, basically on every episode that I'll do. I won't do it in this one, but I'll get this special episode done, and I'll see you guys in a little bit.